Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. My name is Hassan and I'm chasing my dream of becoming a profitable day trader. It's only one problem. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But I believe in myself. I'm tracking my trades. I'm journaling. I'm making steady progress and it's getting really exciting. The best part is I'm doing it all live right here on YouTube and we're building an awesome community in the process. I'd love to have you be a part of it. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. Discord links in the description. Everything's free for the community. Let's get to it, y'all. So I wanted to just do a little end of January review video. I didn't get to spend as much time today as I wanted to, like almost none at all. I wanted to try and at least tag the daily setups of all my trades, and I got one done and I'm just like out of time, so I'm just gonna record the video. But I really wanted, I feel like January was the closest month that I've had where I was really trying to stick to my system. You know, I've gotten a lot better at sticking to my rules. And even still, man, I still had like, there's at least 6 or 7 days that I had this month that I just like threw the day away, including Friday. I absolutely threw Friday away. I think these like 4 days are all red because I traded after I got off the stream, which is a rule break. Like I literally, a couple of these were like a small, one was a small red, one was a small green, a couple of them were nice greens, like 2R. And you know, I just probably a little overconfident. And just it's so easy to forget the process, you know. I get caught up in a moment and I'm like, I want to make money right now, but I need to follow the process. That's what makes money in the long run. Like chasing things right now gets me red days. Following the process makes me profitable in the long run. At least that's what I believe will happen. It seems like the closer I get to that, the better I do. Like I mean, it's a no-brainer. The days that I can stick to my process. Look, I mean, like, look at this. One trade, you know, and look at this, 18 trades. Like wildin'. Like, what am I doing? One trade, you know, even these 3 trades, that's not bad. I can't remember what this was, but a lot of this is just doing too much. And I got a plan to fix that. And I keep deviating out of it because I forget the process, man. I forget that I'm trying to put together a green month. Like a green day is meaningless. One green day is meaningless. Like this great day right here. This is a great day. $17. You know, risking I think I was still risking $5 a trade. So $17, that's great. You know, that's over 3 times my risk. But it means nothing in the midst of all of these red days, right? Like it's the month, it's the years, you know, it's the weeks. And I'll forget and go way out the limits on one day, just chasing, trying to get green on one day. When, you know, the system says just walk away after, you know, 2R or 3R or whatever, or 3 trades or after 10:30. And I just keep going. But I'm learning, I'm catching myself sooner and sooner, you know. Like I'm almost not bumping my head, you know. Like before it caught me as a complete surprise when I would bump my head, but now it's like I'm almost not doing it, and soon I'm gonna dodge out the way and I ain't even gonna bump my head, you know. So yeah, man, it was a wild month, man. Like I think by the end of the month I'm trading with $1 risk and I'm hitting executions all over the place. Or is that since the beginning of this month? But a lot has changed, and now I want to trade large caps, going into next month. But let's check out my best trade of the month, which is QBTS, man. Like, man. So I'm trying to remember what I could have been thinking with these three ads. So I'm pretty sure on this ad, I'm risking to this low. And so when it makes kind of a double bottom low here, then I'm like, okay, well, let me add on that one. And then it makes another low, and I'm like, oh man, but then it pops up. So now I'm probably feeling confident again. But then it comes all the way right back down and then throws this hammer candle. And then I see this volume coming in right here. So maybe I'm like reconvinced about the position. And I'm probably like, at this point, it's so close to my stop that, I mean, let's just throw a little more on and see, see what happens. But I didn't really add that much on this one. My first two ads were big, 26 shares, 29 shares, and then that last ad was just 5 shares. So just topping it off basically. But yeah, man, as soon as it started working, man, I started hitting that sell button, and man, I really enjoyed this trade. I remember like, oh man, and then I was managing my stop really well. Like I got out right here, and it was over. The trend was over. And I didn't give back that much at all. I sold the top, and I had my stop right there waiting on this low to break. And yeah, so that's my best trade of the month. I'm assuming I had $5 risk on that day, and we went $23 on that. So more than 4R. So that's like more than a home run. And so yeah, this is the way, man. I've had so many trades in the past that would work, and I would just never take profit. Like I would be holding for high of day, and it would go close to high of day and then fall, and I would take nothing, and it would stop out red. So this has really solved that problem almost completely. Sometimes when I feel like I don't have enough shares, I'll be a little more clingy, and I'll want to hold a little more before I sell. But I don't think that will be a problem when I size up eventually. So that's kind of cool. But I'm trying to no matter what, just be, not be clingy about the shares and just let them go, just sell it. I can always get back in, just that type of mentality. It's been working out. And then my worst trade, $18.41 loss. Like, how did this even happen, bro? Like, was this on the 5 or something? Like, this had to be where my risk. I don't know what was going on with this trade. I don't know what happened here. I would have assumed that if I were for me to take this trade, that I would have had to risk this low. But I mean, I guess I might have been willing to risk that low if we were going to make it back to these highs. But I mean, I started taking profit pretty quick. I don't think I would take profit that quick if I risked down to here. So yeah, that's definitely how this became a huge loss, because this should have been initial risk $5 down here. And now, I mean, it slammed through. Oh man, I know. I just got caught slipping, man. I probably got caught slipping and didn't have a stop in. I don't know. I can't remember, but this turned out terribly. I still had way too many shares. I probably sold like, how many shares did I buy? Oh, look, it tells me right here. Oh, I had a lot of shares. Yeah, I sold one. I sold 3 shares. You know what though? I didn't want to sell. So that was me just like trying to break my mind of selling, because I'm sure I was really trying to get up here. So I was just like, come on, sell something. And I sold 3 shares. Yeah. And then it came down here, and I was hoping for a bounce off this level, especially after this. Like, okay, volume came back in. We're going to push back up. Still a terrible buy way at the top of this candle. Man, made a lower low, and then I bought again after the lower low. Like, whereabouts do they do that? uh and then stopped out way down here, man. My initial risk level was probably right here at 611. And then I ended up down here at $6, man. 602. Yeah, this was like a total breakdown of process. Like this is an outlier for sure. This rarely happens. Something like this where I don't stop out where I'm supposed to stop out. Yeah, this can never happen again. This is like blasphemy. This is treachery. Like this is treachery against the system right here, man. This is disgusting. Ugh. This is completely against character. Man. Yeah. And so it, of course it led to the worst loss. Like it makes sense. It's so you know it's terrible. But okay, so that's cool. That's cool that my worst loss is something that I normally never do. And it's not like uh let's see, Nuck. How did I lose that much on Nuck? This is my second. I'm just curious. I hadn't looked at my second. That's crazy that I had a win of 13 and a loss of 13 on Nuck. I feel like the loss was first and then I got it back to break even. Okay. Yeah, so I added down here, double my risk. And then it stopped me out and went up, bro. That's cold. I bet I got back in. That's what happened. I got right back in, like, nah, bruh. He ain't finna do me that way. Yep, I got right back in on the same candle. But then I stopped out way down here. Did I sell enough? I bet I didn't. Okay. I bought 8. Dang, I only sold 2, bro. That's whack. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, see, because I only have 5 shares, I was just like super clingy. Or what I have, eight shares. I was just like trying to get that big move. But look, the crazy thing is, it was a big move. I got in at 33.41 and it was up here at 37. And I'm being stingy and breaking through high a day. Yeah, I was tripping. There is no way I should have gave all that back. And I got $13. That's crazy that I got 13. We talking about leaving ours on the table. I only sold 2 shares, bruh. We gotta do better, man. See how like a winning trade turns bad? Like we gotta do better than that. But I guess I just stopped out break even. I just left a bunch of money on the table. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I just really think these outlier days where I'm sitting here trading after my stream is over and I'm just like just sitting here looking at all these different chart patterns, it's just too much. It's too much. And that time of the day, I really think like the first few minutes of the open, like maybe the first 15 minutes, the one is golden, right? For entries, like by itself, like you don't need confirmation from any other chart. But after that, it's like you need to glance at that 5 minute, right? And then like after the first 30 minutes to an hour, like you need to be looking at the 15, and a lot of these trades that I'm taking way later in the day, I'm just looking at the one and or maybe even the 5, but I'm not really looking at the big picture. Like at that time, it's probably time to look at the hourly even and just kind of zoom out and see what the actual trend is doing. I'm still in my open mindset, and I'm trading in the afternoon, just throwing money out the window. It's a different game. And my entry window really is like the first 30 minutes, first 45 minutes. After that, like if I haven't found something, either the strong stock left or there isn't a strong stock and everything's weak, and it's over with. So what I want to do going forward for February, and I changed so much, and a lot of the changes have been good. So I'm not gonna say just changing in general is bad, but I think I've gotten everything to a point now that I can commit and just say, all right, for February, let's do this for the whole month, right? Like, let's try this for the entire month of February and see how it goes. Okay. So I got my entry hotkey is set at $1 risk. Okay. My daily max loss is $5. Okay. And I'm only going to trade one ticker per day. I'm kind of thinking the $5 might be too tight. I should be 2 entries, 3 entries if I'm reasonable. Yeah, $5 is good. We're gonna leave it there. Um, and one ticker per day, man. I gotta just pick one. I gotta pick one, man. And if I can't pick one, it's gotta be Call of Duty time. Like the odds are so much better in my favor if I focus on one stock. For one, I mean, if the market turns out to be cold, like, and I trade 2 stocks, it's likely that both of them are going to stop out, right? Or if one is stronger than the other and I trade 2 stocks and the stronger one goes and the weaker one stops me out, like, then I've just thrown away money on something when I could have focused on the strongest stock. And not only that, but like my executions are way better when I'm just focused on one stock and I don't have 2 or 3 charts over here on my side monitor just distracting me because I'm low key looking for my next entry, you know? So I'm not going to have any side charts. I'm just every day, I'm going to pick one and I'm going to put it on my thumbnail and that's going to be my one. And if it's a dud, then hey, it's a no trade day and that's all good. Like, I'm ready to celebrate my first no trade day. I've been putting that in my mind that I'm looking forward to that because to me, that is a showing of discipline, right? A showing of putting the process at the forefront. You know what I mean? And recognizing that this is not the ideal situation for you and not engaging. Like that would be that's something worth celebrating in my opinion and something I have not been able to do. I may have like 1 or 2, maybe 2 no trade days in my career that I where I just came in here and sat down and didn't trade anything. And I don't even know if it's happened since I've been streaming. I don't think so. I feel like I would have that on a thumbnail somewhere. Yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, that's something to celebrate. And I've recently finally acknowledged that an A plus setup for me is probably only going to present itself, 2 to 3 times a week. And if that's the case, then that means 2 to 3 times a week, there's going to be no trades to take. And if that's the case, then I can't be trading. I shouldn't be trading every single day of the week. There should be some days that I don't take a trade, or maybe I take one trade and it stops me, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done. You know, just to adjust my expectations where I'm not, where I can be content with 1R, or I can be content with break even, because I understand that every day it's not logical to expect every day to be a home run day. You know, it's just a problem because deep down inside, yo, low key, man. Okay, low key. Low key, I do feel like you should be able to pull out. Like, I feel like eventually I'll be able to, make something out of nothing. But I acknowledge that I'm not there right now. And so right now, I need to sit on hands. Yeah, right now I need to sit on hands. So I'm coming with the mindset that there will be no trading days and I need to be prepared and be able to recognize those days and not trade on those days. So, um, Yeah, just the process, man. It's so easy. Like when I'm locked in on the process, it's so much less stressful because there's nothing for me to like decide. It's like either there's an entry or there isn't an entry. You know, there's nothing to guess about. Should I take it or is it gonna leave me? Like all of those kind of things, they fade away when you lock into the process. And when the criteria that require you to engage are not present, then you're disengaged and you kind of just chilling. So I really want to lock in on that, man, and just process, man. Process. First step of the process is picking a good daily setup, the best daily setup that I can find for that day. You know, which um, hopefully a good gap up. You know, good percentage gap up with a catalyst, relative increased relative volume, high relative volume. Hopefully after a red hammer, you know, that's my favorite setup. Hopefully over, you know, a few months of resistance or, you know, at least a few highs. But whatever the best daily is, commit to that and just watch that one thing. And when I'm watching that one thing, I'm looking for, honestly, I'm looking dang near, I'm looking for a setup on the five. I'm looking for a setup on the five. And when I see that trigger, then I'm switching to the one and I'm looking for my entry. I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. Unless I see an overwhelming reason to enter on the one, like before the five triggers, but the five looks good, but it hasn't necessarily triggered. But I see like clear reason to entry on the one, then maybe I'll enter on the one. But I'm really holding my breath on the five, and I'm really pleasantly surprised at the last few trading days that I didn't even take my first trade till after 10 o'clock because I was waiting for that turn to show up on the five. And that's a huge deal with regards to my patience, man. And it's just like the criteria has has risen above my FOMO. You know, the FOMO would trigger me into the trade before the criteria would be present before. I mean, it probably still happens, but last couple of days I was locked in. What the goal is for the criteria to trigger into the trade and FOMO to just not even exist. Because the only thing you don't want to miss out on is your criteria being present and you taking the entry. Like that's the real FOMO. The real FOMO is the criteria for your setup being present and you not being there to press the dang on button. That's the only FOMO, man. Other than that, there's nothing to miss. There's nothing to miss, man. Man, ain't nothing in the way but me. There's nothing in the way but me. Um, I'm ready though, man. I'm ready. Let's get it, man. Let's lock in this month of February. Dollar risk, $5 max loss. I'm about to work this dollar hotkey button. Watch. I'm about to work this dollar hotkey. Inshallah. One ticker per day, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna chill in the like $20 to $100 range, and I'm gonna just be content with whatever pops up in there. Set my set my scanner right now. Man, if you guys need a scanner or a replay sim or uh uh what else they got? A simulator, man, check out tradingterminal.com. I don't have any affiliation with them. It's just a super cool resource that I think you should check out. But let's see. Price. Hmm. Hmm. almost want to say 9.99. But I do want to add market cap. $2 billion. Okay. And copy from other configuration. Cool. Oops. I guess this is supposed to be. All right. And I don't think I really need this window at all, actually. I don't. I am hoping to build a new basket of large caps to watch every day. I think I'll figure that out over the coming weeks. But all right. So yeah, I think I could commit to these scanner settings. This is the one, the gap up is the one that's really important. But 2 billion market cap, between 9 and 99. And I'm gonna do 19. Yeah, I'm gonna do 19. 19 and 99. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. So that's my scanner. And here we go, man. Starting the month of February. Dollar risk, $5 max loss each day, and one ticker per day. That should make that should keep my red days super small. My red days should be no more than $5. And my green days, the sky's the limit, you know. Um, yeah, man. I'm really excited to catch some of these mid to large cap uptrends, man. These ATRs that got moved $3 to $5 a day. I'm really excited to see see how I feel like my new abilities will play out on those type of trends. Um, we'll see, man. We might be a match made in heaven. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll have a nice pump in the market. What's the SPY looking like these days? Uh, okay, kind of smacked at 610. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Don't look too bad. Don't look too bad. I mean, we're up though. We're definitely up. But this kind of looks like she might want to keep on going. She's way up though. We shall see, man. We're gonna do our best. Just a successful month will be one where no red day exceeds $5. Right? Like I actually committed to my max loss. No red day exceeds $5. And I don't trade any more than one ticker each day. Like honestly, if those two things, those are the most important two things. I'm just going to use my $1 hotkey, right? $5 max loss. So by the end of February, my red days should be no bigger than $5. And I should not have traded any more than one ticker per day, no matter what. No matter if I see the most gravy setup ever and I've already traded another ticker, I can't take it. I really want to accomplish this goal. The desire to make a trade in that one day to break this process and break this rule is not worth it. One ticker per day, $5 max loss. If we can do that for 30 days, or well, it's February and today's already the 2nd. If we can do that for the month of February, that would be really exciting. Like, then you could start looking at, okay, maybe if I don't raise my risk that following month, maybe I can say, okay, if I can do this another month, for sure I can raise my risk. Like, I think we could get a unanimous vote to raise my risk if we can do that for 2 months. For sure. Y'all agree? Say something in the comments if you've been watching this long. Wow, it's 30 minutes. My bad, man. I love talking about trading. But I think we got a solid game plan for February. And I think I'm ready to make it happen. I'm ready to be the disciplined version of myself that I need to be to make this happen. One ticker per day, $5 max loss. One ticker per day, $5 max loss. No matter what. No matter what. I'm about to write this on a sticky. One ticker per day. Come on, man. You can do it. One ticker per day. That's all we got to do. One ticker per day. And if it's an off day, then it'll be off and I'll get $5 max loss. But if it's an on day, then we going to the moon. You know, and if it's a midday, then we'll just get a couple R, put it in the bank, you know, to make up for a couple of those red days. You know, I feel like most of the days are going to be middays and red days. If I can keep those 2 days in check, you know, allow myself to have enough middays, you know, because up until now, it's been really hard to accept a midday. Like, I got to go for the home run. But if I can accept those middays and let those make up for the red days, that'll give room for my home run days to do what they need to do for the account, you know? So that's all I got to do. We got this. All right, y'all. I didn't mean to hold you. But I figure if you're here this long, you're down with the journey anyway, so it's all good. Um, well, thanks for watching, and hope you're rooting for me. I'm gonna bring my A game tomorrow morning, God willing, and try to get to the bag. Nah, we're not gonna try to get to the bag. We're gonna follow the process. The process. 1 ticker per day, $5 max loss. Yeah, boy. Let's go. All right, y'all. Hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't. Discord links in the description. Everything's free for the community. I'll see y'all at the open. Peace.